Well, hey there, I'm meteorologist Michaela Lucero. We are tracking the tropics and it is busy out there. Multiple named storms at the moment. We've got Hurricane Franklin as well as Hurricane Idalia. And then there's one area, Tropical Depression 11, that could potentially become a storm over the next couple of days. So let's go in on Hurricane Idalia. Right now, winds within the storm up to 90 miles an hour, which means it's a Category 1 storm, but a strong one. It is just barely below that Cat 2 criteria. We need winds to get closer to about 96 miles an hour for that. Already dropping heavy rainfall for the Florida Keys down to Miami and across the southern portions of the Florida Gulf coastline. We're going to watch that make its way closer to the Big Bend over the next several hours and potentially make landfall early on Wednesday morning. So when we go through the cone of concern, what I want you to see here is that it is a pretty tight margin. It could make landfall anywhere from about Tallahassee down to just north of Tampa, potentially again as that Cat 3 hurricane. Now it will weaken significantly as soon as it moves inland, but before that, winds could be up to 125 miles an hour as it makes landfall early Wednesday morning. It will then progress off towards Georgia, South Carolina, barely clipping North Carolina before it moves back off into the Atlantic and weakens along the way. Now, when we look at our spaghetti models, this is showing what each model thinks is going to happen and where the storm will go. They're all in pretty good agreement that this is going to hit the Big Bend of Florida, potentially close to that Cedar Key area before once again they all really agree that it's going to hit Georgia and South Carolina before it heads back off into sea. As far as our tropical watches and warnings go right now, we do have a hurricane warning for all the areas you see there in red, and then the yellow is actually a tropical storm warning. So we have significant watches and warnings out there for the state of Florida. Almost the entire state is covered in some sort of a watch or a warning for the storm. We also have Hurricane Franklin right now. It has downgraded to a Category 3 storm. It was once at a Cat 4. It is still expected to be a major hurricane for the rest of the night tonight before it does start to weaken on Wednesday morning. It will impact places like Bermuda, and we'll actually see some local impacts from this system in the way of an increased risk for dangerous surf as well as riptides heading into the holiday weekend. So if you're going out to the beach to celebrate Labor Day, be aware those beaches might be a little bit dangerous. If we get another named storm this season, you should be listening for the name Jose. That's the next one that we have in line there. We are on to the letter J.